What's up, guys? My name is Khan. We're back today in Scrap Mechanic, and we're finally back with another logic type challenge. I know it's been a while since the last logic. We had a little bit of Christmas there, and I've been a little bit slow with the production of content. But regardless, we're finally back with a logic challenge, and I wanted to really think about a good one to do for this one, and I wanted to make it a little bit easier for me to test. Obviously, with the number of creations we get submitted now, it does take hours and hours and hours to test, so I wanted to make it a little bit easier for me to test, not having to figure out how each creation works. And on top of that, I wanted to make something that I think it's a little bit more of a specific type challenge, so I'm providing a little bit more of the information right off the front, and really you're just trying to create the system that works in the middle. So without further ado, this is the logic challenge. So this is going to be the color stacking challenge. So it's pretty simple. We're gonna not right now, but you're gonna spawn this on the workshop. So this is the platform here, and we'll weld it to the ground real quick. So let's just do that. We'll grab a concrete block here, and we'll just make a little bit of a pillar, and we'll just weld it. Doesn't really matter how we weld it. And this would be our building area. So you have to build your creation within this sort of green platform here. These gray lines are really just so you can see the center point. Doesn't have to be centered. There's no restriction there. But your entire creation does have to fit within this green point when it spawns. Now, you can have pistons, of course, that extend out to grab the individual crates and all that. These little sort of stacking pallets. And, you know, yeah, you can have obviously something that fits into the groove slots, and it's really up to you how you want to grab each of the pallets. Now, of course, each pallet is colored. There are specific 4 colors, and we'll get to that in a sec. Now, those 4 colors are just these 4 colors here in the paint tool. All the second row colors right here, from this teal color to this purple color, and the 2 blues in between. Now, how the objective works is really simple. Let's say we remove all these blocks. So we remove the caution blocks, and this is how each creation would start, with the 4 color palettes here. Now, important to note, the order of these palettes is not going to be the same as it is here. So these are just the example 4 colors, but when the actual competition starts, for example, I could have the palettes like this. Let's say I could have the light blue there, I could have the dark blue here, I could have even, you know what, I could even have the dark blue over here, I could have the green here. It really doesn't matter. They will always be, oh, not like that, but they'll always be centered in these like little gray squares, but the order of them could change at any point in time, and your creation has to be flexible enough to understand that no matter what the order is, you know, you have to do it. And again, you can't put a color sensor on these platforms. All your sensors, all your devices, whatever you want to do has to be mounted within this green square. So you can have pistons that come out if you want and sense the colors, however you want to do it that way. But when you start, you can't just wire yourself into those platforms. It's not allowed. It's completely forbidden, and I expect the platforms to be as they are. After you have figured out the order of the colors, the objective is really simple. You have to stack them onto this white block here, which I've conveniently deleted. They don't have to be centered on the white block. They just have to sit on this platform. If you have one that's like this, you know what, that's fine, as long as when you stack the rest of them, they can all stay balanced on top of that one there. So, you know, you have to stack all 4 of them as quickly as possible without, you know, knocking them over. So it doesn't matter if they're lined up straight, as long as all 4 of them are stacked on top of each other. Now, of course, you're going to ask the question, well, what order do we stack them in? And this is where the cool part of this challenge comes in. So the order in which they appear on these 4 will be random. They will not appear in the middle. They'll only be on the 2 on the left and the 2 on the right. But the order you stack them is going to be determined based on this switchboard, and everyone has to use the same switchboard. And I really like this idea, and the reason why is, number one, it forces everyone to have the exact same controls and the exact same control scheme, but number 2, I think it'll be interesting to see the different ways that people implement using this switchboard. And so the switchboard is really simple. You can see we have a column for each of the 4 colors, and we start at the bottom here and we go to the top here. So this section here is the bottom, this bottom set of switches, and this set of switches at the top, with this white one being the on-off switch. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spawn the creations for each person. I'm going to change the order of these crates. Now, the order will be the same for every single person, but it's not going to be the same order as what I put on the workshop for you to actually test with. So you got to make sure you're flexible. No matter how I switch up that order, you got to be flexible. And then, of course, how the stacking would work is really simple. I could go something like this. And so this would mean, okay, purple stacks on the bottom position, blue in the next position, light blue in the next position, and then the green in the position above that. Or we could do something like this, which would be, okay, purple on the bottom, light green here, then the light blue, and then the dark blue. So no matter what, I'm only going to ever have one switch for each color activated at a time, and that'll be the order in which you have to stack them. So this would be dark blue on the very bottom, then the light green, then the light blue, and then the light purple. When all that is said and done, so I've got that set up and I've got this set up, every creation will start with this white switch. So I'll hit the white switch and your creation will do its thing and we'll time it. And whoever gets the fastest time while maintaining the stack wins. It doesn't matter, again, if they're stacked perfectly. If you have a perfect stack or you have a terrible stack, if you just grab them and throw them on there and they happen to line up, great. So for this one like this, really simple stuff, you know, blue would go on bottom, so you'd have to take that one, move it over there first, and then we'd go, okay, blue, then green, so then we'd have to take that one, move it over there, and then light blue and purple. And this will not change. Again, this order will be the same for everyone, and the order for the crates will be the same for everyone, but the control scheme has to be done with this controller. So you can't put additional blocks here either. All your blocks have to be on this green square, but obviously you're going to be wiring from these switches. You're not moving this switchboard, it has to stay where it is, and you wire from this switch up to here. I think it's a pretty interesting challenge. It is obviously, I am changing the name of this series to the Logic Challenges. It just seems more appropriate for me to call them Logic Challenges because some of them aren't necessarily, you know, full out, you know, artificial intelligence type stuff. So I figured we'll change the name of the series to the Logic Challenges. This is going to be challenge number 4, and I am going to give you guys a week to do it. So next week on like Thursday at midnight, I will close the Discord for submissions, and of course you can go to the Discord to submit them. You can also submit by email, but please, if you have Discord, it's much more convenient to just send me the links in the Discord. I think this is going to be an interesting challenge because you're not building your own robot necessarily this time. You're really just building sort of like a manipulating arm, let's say, that can, you know, figure out where it needs to be in each of these 4 positions and adjust itself accordingly. So I'm very interested to see what you guys come up with. Of course, if you have any other suggestions for logic creations, make sure you put them in the comments section down below. But really quick, we're just going to recap all the rules so everyone can get it. So first rule, you're not allowed to use any mods or any glitches. We're not going to use any mod packs in this. It's all pure vanilla, this build, and there shouldn't be any reason why you need anything but pure vanilla. Same sense, no glitches either. You got to use just regular handy dandy scrap mechanic, and you should be fine. The second rule, of course, being your entire creation has to be within this build area. You can't overhang this platform, and you can't overhang onto these pipes in any way when your creation is spawned on the lift and before we hit the white button. Once we hit the white button, you know, you can have it extend out, do whatever you want, it doesn't matter. But until it hits the white button here, this white switch, it has to stay on the platform. The third rule is the crates have to stay where they are as well. So the 4 crates have to be where they are. The order of the crates, of course, will change, but again, your creation has to be flexible for that. The 5th rule being you have to use this control panel. I will not touch any other buttons or switches on your creation. I will not touch anything on the creation itself. I won't touch any switches or buttons you have here. I'm not going to set any controllers or logic or anything like that. So you have to make your creation work. So I can just come here and go, okay, you know what? Here's our order, and go. And then time the creation. It's really, really simple. I've provided all the controls for you. And again, the controls just being this switch panel. The final rule, of course, is just I mean, not really a rule, but the winner will be determined based on who can stack the 4 crates in the correct sequence as dictated by the switchboard, and who can do it in the quickest amount of time. The fastest time will win this challenge. Again, the accuracy of the crate stacking does not matter as long as the crates are on this platform. They don't have to be on the white. They can overhang this platform. You could have the crates do this, for example, and all overhang like this, as long as they stay balanced on this platform and as long as they're all 4 stacked on top of each other. So I'm pretty excited for this challenge, guys. I hope you guys are too. That would be a loss, 100%. But anyways, I'm excited for this challenge. Make sure, of course, you guys join the Discord and post your comments, suggestions for other challenges in the Discord, as well as in the comment section on this video. Make sure you hit that like button, as well as that subscribe button if you haven't already. It does help out the channel very, very much. And of course, you can get involved in these logic challenges whenever you want. You know, I'm really, really excited to see how this one works and who comes up with what. Make sure you guys hit those buttons down below. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time.